want to talk about Facebook as well. This is important. The consumer campaigner Martin Lewis, I'm sure many of you check his stuff out. Well, he's dropped his legal action against Facebook over a series of ads that ran on its platform, falsely claiming that he had backed several investment schemes. The founder of money-saving expert, Mr. Lewis, claimed the fake endorsements had caused him reputational damage. He said he had agreed to drop the case after Facebook agreed to introduce a button to report scam ads. In addition, Facebook will donate £3 million to a new citizens' advice project, which is arguably very good for the community. With his thoughts on that, Dr. Kevin Curran, Professor of Cybersecurity at the Ulster University. Kevin, good afternoon to you. Firstly, couldn't that be counterproductive? That the fake people could go and say, oh, this is the BBC, this is fake. This is new, this is Channel 4, this is fake. They could use it and turn it on its head, could they?
You mean that they would click on ads? Yeah, but they're small, and then there's an internal team.
Kevin Curran, fake.
Yeah, but then when you click that button, it goes through to an internal Facebook team who review it, and again, you would hope that they would be able to see that actually this is legitimate. Because these fake ads, of which Martin Lewis, there's about 1,000 bogus ads with his name, and it would show a logo of the BBC, and it looked like he was really credible and he was supporting this great investment. And when you clicked on the ad, it went through to usually these binary trading sites, which are fixed bets, fixed odds bets, which you're more than likely going to lose. But in other words, they were generating traffic and also cryptocurrencies. So again, the ones I used to see all the time were the Dragon's Den. It would show a picture of the Dragon's Den members, and then underneath is saying that this is the best investment they've ever seen.
That.
And then then you click on a story, and it's really credible. It's really well written, but down at the bottom is then the link to these sites which are trying to scam you outside of Europe. I remember the first one I clicked on and reading out through it. Of course, once you get to the end, if you have any knowledge, you will see this is fake. So I alerted that one, and I seen it for months afterwards. Every so often, I would get a Dragon's Den, and each time I went to the little three dots and I highlighted it the same way you can do right now, but it kept appearing. So, again, this fake button will not eradicate this problem overnight, but at least Facebook are recognising that people are fighting back, that they have to be more proactive, and hopefully they expand the number of humans who are looking at this inside the internal team.
But the problem is that the beast, Facebook, how do they police, the billions of us now who, unless it's massive.
Because this is just one country. These ads will be appearing in Poland, they'll be in Spanish, in Spain, in French, in France. Every country, these guys have the ads that are done the same way, taking leading celebrities, making stories that they're endorsing a product, and at the end then they want you to click through to their particular. So again, it really is hard to scale this up. It's a real problem, but they have to do something because, again, it's just so obvious that these are really just scam rogue traders. And of course, the financial, the Conduct Authority are looking at this and warning consumers, but of course it's outside the jurisdiction. And again, with the internet, the problem is always jurisdiction, really, when you have a company located outside.
Kevin, do you see a way in 20 years' time where this will just be de-stressed? There's all this stuff about meddling in politics, bots and all the rest. On my personal social media, I want to hear the crack with my mates. For work, I want to hear genuinely what people have to say and think about the stuff we're talking about on the radio. Can that not be simply achieved without all this nonsense that seems to have entered?
No, because humans will always try to make money and try to scam people, so we'll always have to have defences. Now, again, we'll look back on these type of scams as very simplistic because tools and algorithms will come along that will defeat these simplistic ones, but they'll move on to more sophisticated. It will always be the cat and the mouse. There will always be a chase and a fight between good and evil.
Our default position as humans is malevolent. Is that what you're saying?
Definitely. We will never eradicate the human problem.
Kevin, we can't leave it on that note. Listen, if you were teaching your kids how to not fall for that Dragon's Den thing, because I thought that's brilliant, you'd not believe that he said... and then you click on it and it's like 40 clicks later. I
have a friend in Hong Kong at the moment, and he's very proud that his school was teaching his teenager about their assignment was given a report by, I think it was the South China Morning News, and they had to come back and say, well, how do you trust this? How do you know it's reputable? And given other sites. So again, teaching how to source internet sources, how to validate what truth is. So that's very good, and schools should introduce that. Again, it comes with experience over time. Again, the number one tip I would tell people is to install an ad blocker on the browser. For instance, when I went through my Facebook feed on my Chrome browser in the Windows, I seen one ad in 20. So I went over to Microsoft Explorer, which no one uses, brought up my Facebook page, and one ad in 8. And in fact, that one in 6 was all sponsored ads. But when I use an ad blocker, I do not see fake news, I do not see the fake ads, and I do not see ads in general.
Do you pay for your blocker?
No. All
Why
geese
doesn't Zuckerberg make it default? Because he has to make money off the ads.
Because yesterday, the big story in our geek circles was Chrome, whose businesses revolves around ads, are going to eradicate one of them leading ad blockers again, uBlock.
But he's just moved around the corner.
Oh, yeah, again, but Chromium was a very sneaky move by Google, it seems, that they're trying to eradicate ad blockers so that, of course, the ads get through. But ad blockers are definitely one thing to install, the one extension to install on your browser. It speeds up your internet searching, it clears up your page, and it stops you getting malicious ads and seeing fake news.
Well, I must do it on Instagram, because modest as my Instagram account is, every 5th or 6th is an ad, and you're going... Dearly me. Anyway, Kevin, thank you for that. Professor Kevin Curran of the Ulster University there on the Martin Lewis situation.